Hey everybody, Looney Lenny here. I wanted to read you a special book today. We lost a great author this week, and he was one of my favorite. His name is Tomie dePaola. And he wrote a great series of books called Strega Nona. The only one that we own is Strega Nona Meets Her Match. I actually remember getting read to me my very first Strega Nona book when I was maybe in the 2nd grade. It was kind of a long time ago. It was the original Strega Nona book, and I remember there was a description of Anthony, who's a recurring character, being lazy like a lump on a pickle, and then he turned into an actual lump on a pickle in the story, and I thought that was hysterical. To this day, I still think pickles are pretty funny. So, I'm going to read you this book. I'm sad that we lost him. He wrote the book, and he does the illustrations, so this should inspire you out there. If you have story ideas, you should do your own drawings and make your own book now while you're hanging out at home. So here it is, Strega Nona Meets Her Match by Tomie dePaola. I think that's how you say it. All right, here we go. Okay, Looney Lenny's going to read it to you. This is a little town. I believe it takes place in Italy. I don't know if you've ever heard of Italy, but I like it. Nothing much happened in the little town of Calabria where Strega Nona lived. At least nothing had happened since Big Anthony had left Strega Nona's magic pasta pot alone. Bambolona, the baker's daughter, was learning how to become a Strega too. She listened to everything Strega Nona told her, not like Big Anthony, who never listened to anyone. Bambolona kept everything running smoothly, so life was peaceful in Strega Nona's little house on the hill. Then one day, a letter arrived for Strega Nona. It was from Strega Amelia, who lived on the other side of the mountain. Cara Strega Nona, the letter read, I would like to pay you a visit. Would next week be convenient? Please let me know. Amore e baci, love and kisses, Strega Amelia. Strega Nona sat right down and wrote a letter telling Strega Amelia to come as soon as possible. Big Anthony and Bambolona helped Strega Nona get the house ready. They swept and polished and shook out the sheets. I have so few visitors to stay, my children, Strega Nona told them. It will be wonderful to have company. And, Big Anthony, please try to behave and pay attention while Strega Amelia is here. Ah, si, Strega Nona, Big Anthony answered. I'll be so good you won't recognize me. I'll believe that when I see it, Bambolona whispered to Strega Nona. Shh, now be nice, Bambolona, Strega Nona whispered back. Oh, cara, Strega Amelia called as she reached the top of the hill. Ah, my dear friend, Strega Nona answered. Avanti, avanti, come in, come in. The two Strega sat right down, put their heads together, and talked and laughed and gossiped until Bambolona came and stood in the doorway. Ah, now, dear Amelia, Strega Nona said, Bambolona has made a wonderful supper for us. Mangia, eat. The next morning, Strega Nona was busy helping the townspeople who came to her to cure their headaches, to find husbands, and to get rid of warts. Strega Amelia watched. Goodness, she said to Big Anthony, Strega Nona has un buono numero di clienti, a great many customers. Is it always this way? Oh, si, Big Anthony answered. Sometimes even busier than this. Per l'amor de Dio, for goodness sake, Strega Amelia exclaimed. I see she still uses the old-fashioned ways, too. I'm going to have to think about this. What do you think is going to happen? A week later, when Big Anthony was feeding the goat, he looked out over the hillside and saw several carts coming into town. Bambolona, he called, come and look. Why, it looks like Bambolona said, it's Strega Amelia. What is she up to? Let's ask Strega Nona, Big Anthony said. No, let's go down and find out, Bambolona said, and they crept down the hill to see for themselves. They were back in no time. Strega Nona, Bambolona and Big Anthony called out of breath. What is it, my children, Strega Nona asked. You'll never guess. Read this. Bambolona handed Strega Nona a handbill. Opening tomorrow, Strega Amelia's helpful services. Husbands found for young ladies, headaches cured, warts removed, other remedies, latest scientific equipment, free sweets and coffee with every visit. Well, Strega Nona said, I don't think there's anything to worry about. But Strega Nona was wrong. One by one, the townspeople started to go to Strega Amelia. Everyone got dolce, sweets, and cappuccino for paying a visit. And indeed, she had the latest scientific equipment, strange-looking machines that did all kinds of things. The lines of people grew longer and longer. Strega Nona had met her match. Finally, one morning, not a single person came to Strega Nona's house. And it was that way for days and days. Poor Strega Nona. After 3 weeks, Strega Nona called in Bambolona and Big Anthony. "My children, I must talk with you. Mia Borosa, my purse is empty. I won't be able to pay you anymore. I'm afraid there is no work here. You must go down to the town and see what you can find." And Strega Nona went back into her little house. The next morning, Bambolona was there as usual. "My papa can use some help in the bakery, Strega Nona, so I'll be all right, and I'll be able to come by a few days a week to help you too." "Ah, my sweet Bambolona, you are so good," Strega Nona told her. "But what about our Big Anthony?" "Here he comes now," Bambolona says. "Oh, Strega Nona! Bambolona, you'll never guess, I have a new job," Big Anthony shouted, all smiles. "You don't have to sound so happy about it," Bambolona scowled. Now, Strega Nona said, "Tell us, Big Anthony, what is it?" "I'm going to work for Strega Amelia," Big Anthony exclaimed. "You're what?" Bambolona screamed. Stop, yelled Strega Nona. And Big Anthony, "Yes, Bambolona, stop. I think that is wonderful, Big Anthony. When do you start?" "Today, Strega Nona. I have to run there right now. Wish me luck," Big Anthony said as he turned and ran down the hill. "Buena fortuna. Good luck," Strega Nona called after him. How could he? How could he? The ungrateful traitor, Bambolona fumed. "Oh, Big Anthony, you are such a help to me," Strega Amelia exclaimed as Big Anthony followed her around, doing exactly what he was told. He polished the husband and wife machine. He filled the wart cream jars. He stirred the hair restorer in the big pot on the stove. "Well, Big Anthony, business is booming," Amelia remarked one morning. "I had a feeling that people would like the modern ways, especially my headache machine. And now that you have been here a few weeks, I'm going to leave you in charge for a few days while I go over the mountain to get the rest of my equipment. Now sit down and listen carefully while I explain how to run everything." Big Anthony smiled. He was in charge. The first day, he ran the husband and wife machine backwards. The second day, he confused the wart cream with the hair restorer. Things weren't going too well. On the third day, the mayor arrived. "Buongiorno, Signor Mayor," Big Anthony said. "What can I do for you?" "Oh, Big Anthony," the mayor groaned. "I have a terrible headache. Strega Amelia's machine is a wonder. Strap me in." Big Anthony settled the mayor into the headache machine and picked up the diagram that showed how to work it. He looked at the diagram. It was very complicated, and it was upside down. The next morning, all the townspeople were back at Strega Nona's. The mayor was first in line. Strega Nona said, "Run down and get Big Anthony. We need him." When the carts came over the mountain, with Strega Amelia in front, the townspeople were waiting at the town gate. "I'm sorry," the mayor told Strega Amelia, "but we all agree that we prefer the old ways. Our own Strega Nona is enough for us. We hope you have no hard feelings." "Arrivederci, Strega Amelia," Strega Nona said. "I'm sorry it didn't work out for you." "Arrivederci, Strega Nona," Strega Amelia said. "I must admit, I am surprised. Everything was going so well, And as for your big Anthony, I know you've had trouble with him, but I must tell you, I couldn't have done it without him. He was such a big help." "He certainly was," Strega Nona said, with a smile. The end. Thank you for listening to Tomie dePaola's book. Yep. Strega Nona meets her match. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed reading it to you. I will see you guys next time. Remember to subscribe and comment. And of course, be well. I'll see you next time. Looney Lenny. Ciao.